Imagine a place where green hills meet wild stories of Vikings, and dramatic cliffs hug the chilly North Atlantic. It's not just a trip, it's a deep dive into the heart of the Faroe Islands, where every fjord has a story to tell, and the wind carries the spirit of the awesome Faroese people. In this video, we're taking you on a journey through ancient traditions, cool culture, and the jaw-dropping beauty of these remote islands. So buckle up, friends. We're about to explore a world within a world, where each frame is like a work of art. Get ready for an adventure in the Faroe Islands. It's gonna be epic. Before we start exploring these amazing places, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of our awesome travel adventures. Gasadalur. Gasadalur is this remote village on Vágar Island in the Faroe Islands, and it used to be reachable only by hiking over the mountains. But now, thanks to a driving tunnel, it's much easier to get there. People love visiting Gasadalur. The village is surrounded by two big mountains, both over 700 meters tall. Eysturtindur, which means the peak to the east, is 715 meters high to the east, and Arnafjall is 722 meters high to the north. The big draw in Gasadalur is the beautiful Mulafossur waterfall, and the good news is, it's easy to reach. You just walk on an unpaved path for about 2 minutes from the village, and there you have it, an amazing view. The waterfall drops 30 meters into the North Atlantic Ocean, and it's a sight you won't forget. Whether you visit during a calm summer evening or a windy winter day when the gusts make the waterfall bend sideways, getting to the scenery from Vágar Airport takes about 20 minutes. If you want to stay in Gasadalur, there are some small cottages available in the valley itself. A safe choice is the Mulafossur cottages. Vestmanna Sea Cliffs. If you're into seeing tons of birds flying above you, you've got to take a boat trip to Vestmanna Sea Cliffs. You'll sail up the coast, and when you hit the bird cliffs, if the weather's good, you might cruise through some of the gorges. The boat leaves from the village Vestmanna on Streymoy Island regularly from April to late September, with morning and afternoon tours. While you're in Vestmanna, check out the local Faroe Isles distillery. They make handcrafted whiskey and gin right by where the boats leave. You can even join a guided distillery tour to make your time in Vestmanna even cooler. All the amazing attractions in the Faroe Islands come with a real sense of calm. There's this untouched vibe to all the stunning natural scenes. Kalsoy and Kallur Lighthouse. Explore this 2.4-mile loop trail near Trollanes Eysturoy. It's considered moderately challenging, taking about 2 hours and 5 minutes on average. This area is popular for birding, hiking, and walking, so you'll likely see other folks around. To get there, take the car ferry from Klaksvík to Syðradalur on Kalsoy. Make sure to arrive early for the ferry. Once in Syðradalur, drive or take the bus to Trollanes, a small village in northern Kalsoy. From Trollanes, hike for 40-60 minutes to reach the Kallur Lighthouse. Kalsoy has a small population, with only about 80 people living on the island. The biggest village, Húsar, has just a bit over 30 people. The trails are pretty easy, with only a few short hills to go up or down. Check out the park map at the trailhead to plan your route, and make a circle ending at the Lighthouse. Lighthouse Park in West Vancouver, built in 1912 and standing at 115 feet tall, offers amazing ocean views. It's a great spot for a historical adventure or a relaxed stroll, suitable for the whole family. And if you're there in the summer, you can even go for a swim. That's something visitors on TripAdvisor have praised, describing it as very nice. Gjugvi, the northernmost village on Eysturoy Island in the amazing Faroe Islands, is tucked at the end of a deep valley with no other villages around. The name comes from this stunning 200-meter-long gorge, used by the villagers as a natural harbor for centuries. There are stairs down to the gorge, where you can stand and enjoy the sound of the sea. From Gjugvi, you'll get a great view of the steep west side of Kalsoy Island. If you head northeast, there's this valley called Ambadalur, about an hour's hike away. There, you can spot the large sea stack called Bugvin Jugv, has around 100 houses. And there's even a guest house called Gjargardur in this remote village. The road from the Jarskard mountain pass down to Gjugv is a bit narrow but totally safe and offers a remarkable entry to the village. It's a quick drive from the capital Tórshavn to Gjugv, less than an hour. When you're there, be sure to take a stroll on the paved path to the end of the gorge and enjoy the incredible view. Hvithamar is this awesome spot above Funningur village in the Faroe Islands, sitting on Eysturoy Island. Just take a short uphill walk from the Jarskard mountain pass, and you'll be blown away by the views. You can see the Funningsfjordur fjord and the mountains around. Plus, there's this stunning view north toward Kalsoy Island. On the other side of the fjord, you've got the village Elduvik. Hvithamar is right between Funningur and Jugvi villages. On clear days, you can even spot the summit of the highest mountain in the Faroes, Sléttaratindur, from Hvithamar. This place is a breeze to reach on foot and totally worth it. It's a perfect match with a visit to the village Gugv. You can do the walk before or after hanging out in Gugv. As you drive above Funningur, you'll notice the road zigzagging up the mountainside, and that's the hillside of the highest Faroese mountain, Sléttaratindur, peaking at 880 meters. Tjørnuvik, pronounced Chunuvik, is the northernmost village on Streymoy Island in the Faroe Islands, chilling in the North Atlantic Ocean. It's one of the oldest villages in the Faroes, with Viking graves proving folks lived here since the first Vikings came. The village has around 55 houses and lots of little streams flowing down the mountains, especially cool on rainy days. Tjørnuvik is a spot travelers always love on their Faroe Islands vacation. This iconic village with a direct view of the sea stacks, Ryzen and Kellingen, is a must-see. Being in the village feels super serene, and its awesome location makes it one of the most visited villages in the Faroes. To get here, take the winding road from the nearest village Haldorsvik. It's narrow, but totally worth it for the breathtaking views along the steep hillside. Most folks come in a rented car, but if you're up for some planning, there's a public bus to Tjørnuvik departing from nearby Eysturoy Island. Fossa Waterfall. Fossa, the tallest waterfall in the Faroe Islands, is up north on Streymoy, the same island as Tórshavn, the capital. If you're heading to Tjørnuvik town, you'll spot the waterfall about 5 kilometers before you get there, right by the road. And once you're there, it's worth going all the way to Tjørnuvik for the best view of the famous sea stacks Ryzen and Kellingen from the beach. Now, if you're a fan of waterfalls, you gotta check out Fossa. It's 140 meters tall, cascading down the mountain in 2 parts. When it's dry, it's just a few meters wide, but after a good rain, it can spread out to be up to 30 meters wide. That's something you don't want to miss. Trollkonufingur. Trollkonufingur is this cool and unique rock near Sandavagur, a small spot on Vagar Island. It's a tall, skinny monolith, standing at 1,026 feet on the rugged coastline of the Faroe Islands. You can see it from miles away. Not only is it a fascinating rock, but it also has a local legend tied to it. People say Trollkonufingur is the finger of a big witch who tried to throw the Faroe Islands north to Iceland. The story goes that she didn't succeed and instead ended up in the sea by Vagar, turning into stone from the sun's power. Because she was so huge, she supposedly fell backward into the ocean, leaving just her finger sticking out, which is now known as Trollkonufingur. One of the coolest things to see in the Faroe Islands is these 2 sea stacks called Drangarnir. They sit between the island of Vagar and the Tindhólmur Islet. The names for these stacks are Stori Drangur and Litli Drangur, meaning large and small sea stack. Drangarnir is the name for both of these sea stacks, nestled between Tindhólmur and Vagar in the Faroe Islands. Now, there's this famous set of limestone stacks on Australia's Great Ocean Road, but surprise, there are only 8 left, despite the name Apostles. And just so you know, a 165-foot tower from that set fell in 2005. Trælanipa, the floating lake on Vagar Island, is a big draw for travelers worldwide. people flock to this incredibly beautiful spot to witness one of nature's wonders. A guided Faroe Island tour is the way to go, taking you to the best places, including the famous Trellanipa view of Lake Leitisvatn. When you're at the cliff's edge, it's like an optical illusion. The lake appears much higher than it really is, a mesmerizing trick of nature. Trellanipa, also known as the Slave Cliff, is near the only airport in the Faroe Islands on Faroe Island. To get there, it's just a 1-hour hike, an easy walk with almost no uphill. You'll hit a gentle slope just before reaching the spot. A short stroll from Trellanipa, you'll find Drangur, a towering sea stack rising 116 meters out of the ocean. It's worth the extra 5-minute walk for the incredible sea view. On the way to Drangur, you'll cross a stream that turns into Bøsdalafossur waterfall. For an added adventure, consider renting a kayak, paddle towards the seaside, hop on land, and you'll be minutes away from these breathtaking attractions. Explore the Faroe Islands' wonders at must-visit places like Gásadalur's breathtaking waterfall, Vestmanna's stunning sea cliffs, and the mesmerizing Trellanipa view on Faroe Island. These attractions promise an unforgettable experience, showcasing the unique beauty of the Faroe Islands. Check out the top places to visit in the Faroe Islands for some truly amazing destinations. Which spot are you adding to your bucket list first? Share in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Travel Forever on. Until next time, keep exploring and never stop appreciating the beauty our world has to offer. Catch you in the next video. Peace out. Back on Lake Sørvágsvatn.